Hit it, champ. Do it. You know you want to.
Welcome, one and all, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. I am your champion, the four-time reigning, defending, undisputed Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. I am so delighted to be here with your host, Tony fucking G.
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, folks. We are Phil-less at the moment, but I am here at Castle KOE. Nonetheless, Phil will be here before the show ends, we presume. He said he'd be here about the time it started, so I figure he'll be here about the main event. That's usually how Phil time works.
Phil time.
Yep, yeah. That's just Phil time. But it is what it is, folks. We're trudging on without him because we've only got about 20 minutes before the show actually begins. And I'm looking at the pre-show right now, and the Mysterios and Usos are on, so I'm going to stop watching that. Let's start this up right out of the gate. Let's you and I give our predictions on the pre-show match that's happening right now. And then Phil does have a video sent in, and we will play his predictions, and we will go along with them as well. So, without further ado, the Usos challenging for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Rey and Dominic Mysterio. If this one, to me, were on the main card, I would have gone the other way with this, but since it's on the pre-show, I don't see a title change myself. I think the Mysterios retain because the Usos can't keep it together, and it's hard to reward Jimmy Uso after getting that fourth DUI.
Yeah, that may have played a factor in the decision on where this fight or where this match landed. And I agree with you. What's going on with the Usos, the building of the storyline would have been a little bit of fun on the main card and to see it go the other way. But I agree. Mysterios retain. I don't see anything else happening here.
Yeah, I really wanted to pick the Usos. I do because I think it'll make a lot more sense if they have titles and Roman has a title, but I don't see it here. It would have been kind of fun. You could have really built up that storyline depending on, light crowds back. We expect all these other superstars to come back. Like there can be all kinds of drama that you can make happen. So maybe down the line, this will change. Maybe next month they'll do it again and we'll see how things go. But yeah, I got Mysterios to retain. We'll have this update for you here before the show. This show concludes, but let's get Phil's take in here. We've got his pre-recorded video. If you want to pop that up.
Yeah, let's see what Mr. KOE has to say. If it'll play.
Well. Welcome all y'all beautiful people at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast and KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch. As you can see, duty calls for your King of Extreme. I got to do some cutting work here on this glorious Haggy. I gotta get to it, folks, but I'm going to give you my predictions for Money in the Bank. And don't worry, I will be there, folks. I will be there for the after party. But obviously, AJ and Amos are going to win. Is there even a question? The Viking Raiders have no hope.
Pause it there. Okay, so Phil is starting it off with the Raw Tag Team titles. Let me pop that up on the screen here. We can show you what we got going on over on Raw in terms of SmackDown Tag Team title action. He is correct. The champs, Omos and AJ, against the Viking Raiders. Now, this one was tough for me. I don't know. What were you thinking on this?
No, I stick with AJ and Omos to retain. Okay, so Viking Raiders down the road, definitely. I think you could do a lot of fun stuff down the road. Eventually, AJ and Omos are obviously going to split apart and they're going to do their own things. But right now, AJ still got to put him over and we got to see more productivity out of it. So I don't think this ends just yet. Fans want to see the giant of a man. They want to see AJ kick some ass. And honestly, Viking Raiders are not bad. I mean, they put on some really good shows, but it's that's exactly what tonight's going to be. It's just they're not going with it just yet.
Honestly, there was a big part of me that wanted to pick 2 tag team title changes tonight, but I know that's not a possibility. It's just not going to happen. So since I have Mysterios to retain, I'm actually going to go with the Viking Raiders in this one. I think AJ and Omos have probably already gone as far as they're going to go with these things. Like, this was not going to be a long-term situation. This was a random pairing to somehow manage to get AJ Styles on the WrestleMania card. Boy, howdy, they did a fantastic job of that. Still terrible booking, but they've done what they have had to do with these. Like, it's time to actually put the belts on a tag team. And now you've got both the Viking Raiders back. Both of them are healthy. This is a team that they've pushed very, very heavy in the past. I think this is the beginning to do it again. And I expect these titles, if they don't come off of them tonight, probably at SummerSlam, because they got to get the belts off of them and onto a real tag team by the time Survivor Series rolls around. Because you know damn well that AJ Styles is going to probably be on the Survivor Series match itself, because I doubt he's going to be in the world title picture. I would love to see him back up there, but at this point, he's just kind of, he's the mechanic, he's the workhorse, he's going to face whoever they put him in there with. And right now he's doing tag team stuff, but I think that ends here tonight. I got the Viking Raiders to win the belts.
All right.
So let's see what Phil picks next. Yeah, going for it.
Man.
I'm coming out swinging, folks.
Coming in brave. You got to be brave if you want to take the strap off my shoulder.
Oh, it's coming home, baby.
Let's see if Phil's going to get extreme at all tonight. Let's see.
Victory there. The opening match is for the whole show. It's going to open the whole show is going to be the Mysterios versus the Usos. That's going to be the first thing the audience sees that night. The main event.
So,
well, Phil kind of swung and missed. We're going to have to get him. I'm going to message him right now to pick a different match, because that was on the pre-show and we knew that. So let's. I'll message him quick. But if you want to go ahead and give me your prediction on the opening match, I will let him know to pick again.
Oh, opening match. Because they're doing that on the pre-show currently, right?
Yes, it's on right now.
I don't know if I want
to
see
that.
I don't know if I want to see two tag team shots back to back. That just seems kind of weird.
They've done weirder things.
This might be just a shot in the dark. I'm probably going to be way off base. I'm going to say open it with the women's Money in the Bank.
Okay, that's probably not a bad choice. I was kind of thinking along the same lines, but I'm actually going to pick, and this is a bit of a spoiler in terms of how I think this match is going to go, but I'm going to go with the WWE World Title match to open the show.
Really?
I think Bobby Lashley squashes Kofi Kingston. I mean, right out of the bat.
Just open it up, huh?
Open it, done, over with. I don't expect it to last long, and then probably the women's Money in the Bank. But I'm throwing a dart at the wall. WWE title opens the show.
Cool. We'll see if Phil responds with an update on his. And no, maybe.
Oh, he's going to argue with us. He's like, I did, and I was right. No, that's not how it works.
That's the pre-show, Phil.
That doesn't count. That's never counted. I didn't say pre-show. I said opener. I love it when we have to get contested even during the show.
I know.
All right, let's see.
Just DQ both of you, and I'll just hold on to it. It's okay.
Yeah, great.
All right, let's see what else Phil has here.
Event is going to be the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't see any reason why it would be anything else.
Main event.
Okay.
So moving on.
Pause that. I'll take this one. I think the main event's going to be Roman Reigns defending the Universal title. I think
that's where I was too.
Yeah, I've got the Universal title being the main event because it still has that drama of, will there be a cash in? You can't have a cash in opportunity if the match hasn't happened. So I think you'll see that right before the main event.
Yeah,
being the title.
It all depends, like who's going to win, obviously, and you know who won it last year? What was his name? Otis. Yeah. So like, are we going to have another Otis year of the weird Money in the Bank crap, or are we going to have more? Yeah, I'm curious to see if we're right on any of us are right. But yeah, you're right. Roman Reigns coming up the ramp. There's so many different things. You know, obviously I'm picking Roman to win. But I think you're right. Like having that be the end, no matter who wins Money in the Bank, it would be it'd just be silly not to have them at the top of the ramp, even if they don't challenge, to just taunt and to say, "Hey, I'm gonna be the one following you around, waiting for you to slip up." Like they always tease that. They always do that. So yeah, I'm with you on this one.
You got to have a little bit of that drama, unexpectedness. So, as much as I wanted to pick the men's Money in the Bank, since last year was such a shit show of a crappy movie match, I think you got to have the drama. I got the Universal title match be the main event. What's Phil got here?
All right.
Obviously, the Mysterios are going to win with everything going on with the Usos. I just don't see them putting the belts on them anytime soon.
There you go.
Charlotte Flair, I think, is going to take the W over Rhea Ripley. They've had a good little time with Rhea as champion, but I think you got to put the belt on your heavy players when you're getting your crowds back. So Charlotte, no problem.
Now, this one I'm torn on.
Oh, dear God. Real quick, I can't show it, but we were all wrong here. The Usos are your SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They did it.
No shit.
They absolutely
gave it
did
to
it.
them.
I just switched back. Holy crap. I'll have to watch the highlights here. It looks like Ray is going in for the 619, and looks like Jay ate it, I think. Oh, no, Jimmy ate the bullet for Jay. Jay gets a counter on Ray, gets a quick roll up, gets the assist from his brother on the outside to hold the pin down, and boom, new tag team champions, pinning Ray. I'll be damned. See, this is why I was kind of tempted to pick two title changes. Now I wish I would have, but it's a pre-show. This is how they get you back. This is how they get the crowds back and get you excited for the pre-show. We have a title change, folks. Jimmy and Jey Uso, once again, tag team champions. Wow. I'd like to tell you I saw it coming, but I didn't pick it, so I can't claim to know much more than the rest of us, unfortunately. But moving along, Phil is picking Charlotte to dethrone Rhea for the Raw Women's Championship. And he pretty much said exactly what I was thinking. With the crowds coming back, with SummerSlam on the horizon, you know damn well it's time to put the belt on a money name, and that is Charlotte Flair. I like Rhea as champ, but I don't think, again, she was going to be a long-term solution. And both of the women's championships have been held tight since WrestleMania, and it's probably time to shake things up a bit. I don't know what that means, but I have a feeling it means Charlotte Flair is going to be champion once again. The March the 16th continues.
Yeah, I was so tempted. I want to stick with Ripley on this one, but since she got it, it's just been stale. I don't know who's supposed to be the heel anymore. I have no idea what in the hell's going on here. Charlotte's obviously a better heel. And if they're trying to if they're going to have Charlotte put Ripley over to be a bigger heel, I don't see that. That is a terrible. Well, okay, now this is WWE's fucking wheelhouse, so it's terrible booking, terrible storyline. Oh Jesus. But no. Sticking with Charlotte. I really wanted to go with Ripley, but I don't see it. It doesn't make sense. She's not doing that well. She's not going to be a crowd drawer, like you said. I mean, just the money's not on the table.
I think part of it is now that you actually have crowds and you have reactions coming back in that aren't computer generated.
You don't want to test the water right now.
Exactly.
You know what works.
Find out where you're at. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Test the waters here.
You don't get Lesnar and Cena back right away. You need a Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, right. Chicken is just going to copy Phil's predictions from here on out.
How do you know Phil didn't copy mine?
Desperate times call for desperate measure. That's a fair point. These were pre-recorded, but all right. So I'll have Charlotte to become champion again tonight. I'm a little shocked. I thought somebody for sure would pick Ripley, but here we go. All right. What does Phil have next? Pause it before he picks, just so we don't get accused of that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I also got Roman Reigns to retain. Does that shock anybody?
So that's
there you go. Phil KOE is stealing our picks. We already called Roman Reigns to win. There we go.
Exactly. I knew it.
10-2 10 man. I don't know where you're getting your information from, bro, but
I would love to see an Edge win here. I really would. I think that'd be exciting for the crowd to be back. They're going to make you think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's going to be Roman. Roman's got this strap until WrestleMania. That's just how it's going to be, folks. I'm sorry. That's just how it is.
Yeah, more than likely. I think there's going to be a lot of drama at the end of this match, and that
Yes.
ties in with my Money in the Bank possibility. We'll get to that here shortly.
Absolutely. All right. What's Phil got up? Oh, Justin wants a side bet.
What kind of side bet do you want this time, Justin?
Ooh, the
I could
offers.
always use another bottle on my shelf.
All right. What's Phil got next?
Oop, hold on. Let me get him pulled up here. Running off my desktop. I'm not used to it.
And also, to retain the WWE title, do we love Bobby? Yes.
Yep, that is another non-shocker because, like I said earlier, spoiler alert, the WWE title, no, we're not going to see Kofi Mania again here. This is all Bobby Lashley. This is going to be a squash. It's going to be all Bobby. There's no way.
Yeah, 100% agree. I don't know. I didn't even get into the Kofi hype this time. I think it's going to be a really good match, though.
Yes, absolutely.
I think this is going to be awesome. And I can't remember, but I thought this was. I'm trying to remember. Was it? Yeah, I think this is the first WWE championship match between two African American superstars. Is that actually correct?
I think that is correct, and I think somebody else had it pulled up on Twitter. Justin says Makers 46.
Ooh, okay.
All right. And Phil said, Phil recorded hours ago. He's still got you. Yeah, that super fan that is Tantui 10 man. No, not just this, but then I think there were 3 others, and 2 of them were in TNA, and I think the other one was in Ring of Honor. And I
That's
can't
crazy.
remember. I know it is.
I heard that this morning. And I was like, what? Really? After all this time? That's
you wouldn't
crazy.
think. Well, but to be fair, Kofi, Bobby Lashley, and The Rock, unless I'm forgetting somebody else, are the only 3 African American WWE champions on the record book. So, I mean, it's a crazy stat, but it's Kofi earned it, and as much as I've said about Bobby in the past, even on this show, he's really grown a lot in the last year and a half. So he's well deserved as champ too, and I'm rather enjoying his run. So yes, again, I do not see a title change here. But Phil did get back to us, and he said, if you're going to be a bitch about it, Bobby and Kofi to open the show, just like I was.
He's going with Bobby. Okay.
Yeah. He's thinking the same thing I am.
Let's see what he's got next here.
Now we get to the real interesting parts. The men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
What's he starting with?
My 2-point pick for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Pause him there. All right, so we are starting with the women's Money in the, and this is, oh boy, okay. This is an interesting one. All right. The women's Money in the Bank match. How we're doing this is we're having our main pick is worth 2 points, and our dark horse pick will be worth 1 point. And this is if you ever played like Warzone as a kid, this is like all your creative characters being in the same match.
Right.
Just look at this lineup. You got superheroes and demon girls, and just a who's who of creator wrestlers in this one, folks. Honestly, I just hope this one's decent. Like, this one has the makings to not be very good.
It's a lot
especially with Alexa Bliss's weird shit. And I'm repping her tonight, but I love you, girl. But that weird shit, it's still weird. So, who is your 2-point pick for this one?
So this goes to the Otis thought process. I'm like, a part of me wants to say they're going to take Alexa Bliss so they could like play this out even longer. Who knows when we're seeing the Fiend come back and if this is going to tie in at all. And
hard to
so that's my 2-point pick, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I also have. I'm repping her. That's of course. I got to go with Alexa. She's the only one that they've really groomed for this. Like, she's the only one I feel actually comfortable
and
picking.
She's going to sell tickets.
Yeah, she sells tickets.
Especially if the Fiend comes back.
I don't even know if they're going to pair them together at this point.
I don't know.
We will see. Now, let's pick our 1 point before we watch Phil. So who you like for your dark horse 1-point pick?
Liv Morgan.
I kind of thought her too, honestly, because she's one of those gals that has a lot of audience, just fandom surrounding
It's
her.
the
And
fan. Yeah, it's gonna be this like, okay, so this is your first live show. It's kind of like a WrestleMania. You almost need a homer pick. Like you almost need like just something to get the fans excited. And now, the women's audience, like, yeah, I could see that being like, hey, let's give them some red meat. Like,
sure.
No matter who wins on this one, it's like if they don't have a big plan for Alexa Bliss, then it's fucking anybody's game.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking, because
unless you have like somebody else show up, I doesn't sound like Becky's coming. Like everybody's been the rumors about
Becky's
Becky.
not coming. Becky's not going to be here tonight. If Becky's showing up, it's going to be tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw.
Because they put Tamina in as the TBD, right?
Yeah, Tamina's in, so there's no real shocker here. So if you've got Liv for your dark horse, I'm actually going to pick a dark horse that's not in the match, and it's not Becky. And I'm picking Sonya Deville because there were some rumblings that she was going to use some of her backstage power to shoehorn herself into the match. Maybe kind of like Brock Lesnar did. That's if she does it, she's going to win it. I think it makes sense, and she can carry the briefcase around, doing her executive role. And
I see it.
I think I
can see it. Good call.
Shoehorn yourself in like Lesnar did.
I like
Before I was thinking her, I was thinking Zelina Vega, though, since they just brought her back. And as soon as they brought her back, they had her lose. So I was kind of going back and forth between Liv and Zelina, but I really like the idea of Sonya Deville.
That's a good call. That's a good call. I didn't think of it at all.
Who does Phil have for his 2-0?
All right, let's jump back over to Mr. King of Extreme himself.
That I think is the most likely to win is Alexa Bliss.
Damn it.
Yeah. All right. This one might be a wash.
Again, KOE.
For my 2-point pick. My 1-point pick is going to be, shocker here. You heard it here first, folks. Sonya Deville. It's not going to be.
Well, you didn't hear it here first, but
Becky that comes in. It's going to be Sonya.
Yeah, it's not.
She's going to beat up Tamina tonight at some point before the match, and she's going to come in her place. That's my prediction. You heard it here.
Okay,
so he thinks, yeah, she's going to take out Tamina and replace her.
That makes sense. But I don't know why they would go through the trouble of leaving a TBD.
Of announcing Tamina. Do you think announcing Tamina was just to reduce the expectations because everybody thought Becky was coming?
I think that's probably.
I heard that as a rumor. I can't remember what culture said that.
Becky is a social media troll. She loves to fuck with the fans, and everybody was going to speculate that Becky was going to be there if they didn't fill that spot. So that's probably why they did it. I guess it doesn't make sense to me to not put Tamina in and then take her out. If I would just say Sonya's just going to shoehorn herself in with everybody else that's already in it. So two thought processes that are slightly different, but Phil and I are similar, but this one might be a wash when Alexa wins this thing, folks. What does he have next? We are moving along to the men's Money in the Bank.
Here first. Then the men's Money in the Bank.
Do we want to do ours first?
Yes, let's do ours first. This is an interesting one, folks. To me, I think if you're going to put the briefcase on somebody from Raw for the women's, history shows that they'll do the opposite and put the other briefcase on SmackDown. So it's got to be somebody from SmackDown. That's my thought process. And I like Big E and I like Seth Rollins. And if it comes down to those two, I think Seth's a bigger commodity. I think he's a more trusted commodity. Big E's kind of an unknown that they've been giving a push to, but I don't think they trust him yet with the briefcase. So I'm leaning towards Seth Rollins here as my 2-point pick.
So I agree with most of that. I think this comes down to that main event thing. So you got Edge in the main event tonight, and I think that's where Seth Rollins comes and causes Edge to lose and causes. Yeah, I think this is going to be it's almost too predictable, though. That's why I don't like it. It's almost too easy to line this up. But if it happens, I'm gonna be like, well, fucking god damn it, why didn't I stick with the obvious? Then there's Riddle too. Like, you think long term, if you want somebody to just walk around with that belt for 6 months, or with the money, with the briefcase for 6 months, like being a dick and pissing everybody off, Riddle's perfect for that role. Big E deserves it. He definitely deserves it. I don't want to see McIntyre get it because, well, I can't fight him. Like, then he would have to switch. Like, it's just, it sounds terrible.
I think it was a disservice to McIntyre even putting him in the match.
I know, like, who, unless this is that Homer pick. That's where the little thing pops up in the back of my head. Is this going to be one of those give the fans what you want, and then he just stalks for 6 months until somebody else takes out Bobby? I hate that scenario. So my favorite scenario is Big E winning it. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I think that's going to be my 2 point. Big E is my favorite. I don't think it's going to happen, but I like with this one, there's so many scenarios that you could run into and they all suck. So we might as well just pick somebody I like.
I think that's fair. Son of a bitch. They are opening the show. What was your opener?
The women's ladder or Money in the Bank.
Yep, you just got a point.
Woo!
Son of a bitch.
Already up and ahead.
Yep, the women's Money in the Bank, and the first person out is the goddess, the demonic goddess, Alexa Bliss. So let's wrap this up quickly. All right, yeah. So I got Seth, you've got Big E, and we'll get to Phil's here in a second. Who is your dark horse pick?
Seth. Seth's my dark horse. I wanted to go with Riddle, but like I said, if the way it plays out in my head's actually going to go, I think Seth Rollins wins it. He causes Edge to lose. I don't know if he cashes in or not. That's the thing. Cause like you're going to have this like thing with it. Rollins and Edge are obviously going to be, next pay-per-view is going to be the one of the big deals. So do you have a strap on Rollins when you do it? And like, why would you take down, it doesn't make sense for him to cash in. That's why. Yeah.
I don't think
but
you're going to
anyway, so he's my one.
Okay. I am actually going to go with Riddle on this one just because I think they like the idea of a comedy sketch with the fucking briefcase.
Riddle's perfect for it.
They don't respect the cash-in clause anymore, and Riddle is a funny commodity to them. And I think that could be what dissolves Riddle and Randy Orton's, friendship or whatever, non-friendship, whatever the hell it is that they've got going on there. So I think that Riddle is a strong dark horse. So let's see who Phil has.
All right, let's see here.
The ladder match could possibly be the match of the year. I'm going to give the nod for my 2 point pick to the man that I called out in Lincoln, Nebraska, Big E for president. Wow. Yes, Big E is going to take the Money in the Bank briefcase. My 1 point dark horse pick is Seth freaking Rollins, folks. Now, whether anybody cashes in tonight, I don't know. They really seem to like that as a great story arc, but
son of a bitch.
Yep. Son of a bitch is right.
It's going to be close between Phil and I.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. Oh, man. Another nail biter, folks, here. What's Phil got to finish his video off?
We will see what happens. But, folks, all that being said, I hand it back over to Tony G and the soon-to-be former champion, Chicken. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you much, Phil.
Yes, thank you, Phil. All right, so that is it in terms of our picks. I'll have to jot down everything that we've got, but yeah, we all swung and missed on the pre-show.
Sounds like it's staying here just right out of the gate. I got a pretty good shot at holding on to this bad boy.
Suddenly already. Don't love my chances, but maybe Rollins will be what tips it in my favor. I can only hope at this point. So that being said, I still like my chance to get a point on the main event too, because I still think it's going to be the Universal title. I don't think it's going to be the Money in the Bank
just
match.
Ties with me then. Like,
Yeah, but not if Seth Rollins wins. That would give me a point.
Man, Yanked Up's really rooting for Tony to win.
You damn right. Yanked Up knows what's up. It's time. It's time for Tony G to become a 10-time champion. It's time for me to hold the belt in 2021. Do you know why it's time? Because the crowds are back, folks. So that means COVID champ chicken over here. The reign is coming to a close. Maybe you'll get lucky on this kerfuffle of a show tonight.
Oh my God,
you
have you
have a
not
leg up
held this
already.
at all in 2021? Phil took it from me once.
Yeah, no, I have not held it since TLC
wow.
2020. It's been a rough 2021 for the 9-time champ, folks. But that
explains a couple things. Yeah,
it's time. It's long overdue. It's happening, folks. So, yes, the women's Money in the Bank match. The participants are entering. Damn, Alexa looks creepy and hot all at the same time. Wow. All right, let's watch this damn show, folks. And everybody, make damn sure be here when the show ends. Come back, subscribe to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. Go to Big Buck and Empire on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe there. Make sure you come back here when the show closes, because we will have the results. We will have the review, and more than likely, you will see Tony G finally a 10-time champion, folks. Phil, we will see you soon. And Chicken, any thoughts before we get onto the show?
Well, I'll just wrap it out real quick, since we don't have Mr. King of Extreme here. All that being said, good night, folks. Appreciate you. Love you. And we'll see you after the show.
Booyah. Get back here. Like, share, subscribe. Damn it.